Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to a new week of gaming here on the Scratticus Academy, starting the week off with completely normal. Now we have made a bunch of changes, so we'll go through those in a minute. But before we do that, first of all, please check out all of the links that are currently being spammed in the chat, including places you can find our merch, social links, Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. Also places you can support us, including Patreon and our Redbubble site. There's also sponsor information. We've got Bird and the Storm down there and Mage Hand Press. Please check them both out. They literally make the stream possible. And also we have a bunch of websites with 10 to 15% discount. Retweets really help the stream. Please do retweet. And welcome Mel, Michael, and Mickey. Michael, thank you very much. Scott gets a luck. Thank you. So let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's start with our wonderful keeper, Sammy.
Hi. I'm Sammy. I'm Swallow Sam on Twitter. Did you want me to start with the table now, or do you want me to do that later?
Let's do that in a minute.
Okay, cool. Yep, I'm Swallow Sam on Twitter. I'm gonna hand it over back to Scrat to do the rest, though.
Of course. Thank you so much, Sammy.
Yep.
Master of Music, Mayhem, and Samity. Well, let's carry on around clockwise and say hello to Vicky at QDV. Oh, hi.
Oh god, unmute button. Hi, I'm Vicky, QD_V on the Twitters. I am glad to be back again. Felt like a long week without a game with you guys. And I'm playing Crystal, pathologist. Very honest, not hiding anything. And yeah, curious what happened today.
Very honest, not lying about anything. What a wonderful segue to say hi to Anikster. Oh, hi, Anik.
Oh, hi, guys. That was a very strange segue. Thalia only lies very selectively, mainly about her age. I'm Anik. You can find me at Anikster, and I'm not sure how blatant self-promotion gets to be on this channel, but I'm actually on the International Women in Tabletop Month interview vlog. Yeah, that was a really long word. I gave an interview that will be published the 10th, and I did shout out Scratticus Academy.
And the rules with self-promotion when you're on the show is go freaking nuts. So please, when you have links, post them. It's not released right yet, so did that sentence make sense?
Almost.
Link all the links, link all the things.
Yep.
Next around, we say hi to Wild Engineer. Oh, hi, Wild.
Hi, yes, I'm Wild Engineer, and I am playing Loino, the Happy Town Butcher, who's now real happy because, honestly, he knows is now going to be a part of everyone's lives forever.
Next, we have Ray with a brick. Oh, hi, Ray.
Oh, wait, that's not terrifying to follow up at all. Not at all. But hi, I'm Ray. I'm with a brick. I play Carmen. She's a private investigator who is questioning everything she's about now and questioning everything in her life. And I apologize for the lawn mowing in the background while I do this. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see the craziness ensue today and hopefully not die at the hands of Talia, because I've been thinking about that all week long.
Yes, I play Scott. Scott is a real life good guy. He's like action man. He's army trained. He knows how to do all the things like punching and running and jumping and tracking and all of them good things, but isn't the brightest. A certain someone, Talia, has been making moves on him. Turns out he found out this week that she's only 17, or at least that's what Carmen said. There might be a bit of a strange love triangle going on here, and it's this could be a jealous ploy. We'll find out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Okay, so let's talk about new things. Essentially, the channel had the worst month it's had financially since we went full time. So we're changing everything. We've got rid of all of the things across the top there that used to say how much you could donate for, and we've put the goals back in. We now have stream goals to show you guys how we're doing each stream and how we're doing throughout the month. Directly above my head, you can see the stream bit goal and the stream goal. Essentially, if I hit at least one of those a show, I should make a salary. And over in the top right, you can see June goals hit, which tells us how many goals we've hit in the month, so you can see. So today we have a stream bit goal and a stream goal, so far we've hit 0 out of 2 of our goals, and I'll update it every stream to keep a running count of how many we've got out of how many we had. Just to keep you all in the know. We've also brought back the subscription thing at the bottom of the screen, not the subscription thing, the donation reel. And the events list up over by the Mage Hand Press thing as well. On top of this, we have changed up the donations. We've gone away from the newer donations that we were trying out to stay in line with the channel goals, and we have taken on some of the old goldies. So today we have the command in chat. We still get £1 still gives, I can't spell and talk at the same time anyway. £1 still gives the singular lux. £3 gifts an advantage, which can be triggered by the player. £5 gifts a disadvantage, which will be triggered by the keeper. £10 gifts an automatic success, but we're not going to make it a critical success. And £20 gifts a roll on a random table, which Sammy will tell us all about. You can also donate £50 to make everyone roll on a table all at once. Yeah, so maximum chaos. Let's hand over to Sammy, who will tell us about their random roll tables whilst I fix that disgusting command.
Oh, that's me. Oh, yes, tables. That I put in a completely separate tab for some reason. I have 2 tables, depending on how I feel about things. One of them is a table for a random location, such as ancient woods with monstrous vines. There's a whole bunch in there that fit very well with this whole thing we have. The second one is insanity effects tables, and I have both a short-term and a long-term insanity effects tables. So those are the things.
I can't wait.
Yep.
I can't wait. I'm also terrified. So,
Yep.
Sammy,
I was really happy.
how quickly can I go and speak to Crystal? I'll hand over the narrative to you.
Oh, yeah. So I think last we left off, we had been at an ice cream shop, and then I don't even know how I made the transition, but we're now at a carnival.
There was a lot of blackness.
Oh, yes. Blackness and then carnival. And I think we left off where you guys had just gotten to the carnival. Perfect. We shall start there.
We're all here together.
You're all there together.
Am I the only one who isn't hearing music in Roll20?
Yeah, I hear music.
Music's live on production.
Yeah, I hear it.
But thank you for reminding me.
Don't say, oh, we are at a carnival. Do we get different music?
I'm restarting Roll20 real fast.
Different music, no.
Well, if it's a creepy, discordant, jangling carnival music, I will tap out in 5 minutes again.
You can just pull the sound down.
I told you that I took that track off when
Forever and ever?
yeah,
And
no,
ever?
I took it off the playlist.
Thank you.
It's the nice carnival version.
An angel.
I
Fuck up.
mean, I
Just
don't-
because you're nice to Sam doesn't mean Scott's gonna make it through this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So happy carnival time. Is it the same carnival as last time? Can we tell?
It looks the same.
Phone status?
You don't have a phone.
Crap.
Do we see, or does Crystal see popcorn selling guy?
Yep.
Is it the same guy?
He looks the same.
I love that smile on you. Do we see either a blonde girl or a brunette, either Alice or Elba?
I mean, if you wanted, you could make me a
Say it.
spot hidden check.
Yes. You want to start the day off right, you know?
Can we all have a look, or just Talia?
Yeah. I mean, whoever wants to look for her can look, or to look for whatever you want. You can. It is up to you what you want to look for, or if you want to look.
I don't think Scott is looking. Scott is kind of biting his lip a little, sort of glancing between Carmen, Talia, and Crystal, and trying to see the first opportunity that he can get Crystal alone, and is not looking at anything else.
I'm currently next to my aunt, though.
And after I saw popcorn guy, I will look also if I see one of the girls.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys don't see either of the girls, but you do see popcorn guy.
I don't know if this would constitute for a spot hidden roll as well, but can I look around to see if anybody's looking at us weird? Like, do we fit?
Ooh.
Does it look like we fit in, like clothing wise?
Clothing wise, it looks like.
Wise.
Yeah, clothing wise, it looks like you fit in.
Okay.
Or
Talia
like,
never fits in.
yeah, Talia never fits in, but you know, like, she looks like angsty teenager.
Okay. I didn't know if it was a time shift, so like if there was like a decade difference, or if anybody was staring at us because we look like weird in any way. But okay.
I mean, you can, if you wanted to see if people were staring at you, you could make me a psychology check.
Okay.
Or if you had another one, because I know that you might have other traits from your background. If you had another one, you could also make me, I don't know, make me what you want. Wait, I can words today. Oh my gosh.
I'll make a psychology check, but it keeps like bumping me off the server. It just says your connection to the server is interrupted, which is the first time I've ever seen that. So I'm trying to restart Roll20 if somebody wants to roll that for me.
Sorry, I tried to mute myself, but I didn't get there in time.
It wasn't that loud. You turned a bit away. It was fine.
Okay, good. Has somebody already made it? I can make it for you because I'm the only other person that can see your sheet.
Yeah, sorry.
If I fail it, it's not my fault.
No, it's always Roll20's fault. Hey, extreme success!
Well, look at that.
Huh?
If only I could do this as a player. So no, people don't seem to notice you. As in, people don't seem to notice you.
Ooh.
Does Lionel see the same ride that he thought he last saw E on at the last time he was at the carnival?
Yeah. It's a roller coaster. I'm not gonna make you make a spot hidden because if you can't see a roller coaster, you'd be pretty blind. So yeah, you see, it's the same one.
If we see the roller coaster, can we head towards the place we saw maybe sort of E's parents last time? Because we saw a suspicious couple of people that we couldn't quite like see what they looked like, but we did see they were sort of similar.
Right, so they were standing outside that ride. Right? Those people? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you could go over there. Sure.
But they disappeared before we could see them.
Yeah. So you kind of push through the crowd, or so you think. And you get over there. And there's a bunch of parents waiting there, but they're just ordinary parents. Nobody looks suspicious at this point.
No plaid shirts.
No plaid shirts.
The one who looks suspiciously like Carmen?
No. No one who looks suspiciously like Carmen.
Thank you so much, Jess, for that resub. Resubs now get you to gift an advantage to a player of your choice. Does it keep a roll in the system, Sam? Do you roll?
No, I don't roll. I figured it was me giving advantage to somebody, just like how the rerolls worked.
Yeah, I figured that we would do that way as well. That's cool.
Okay. I mean, if I had an NPC, I could roll, but
Don't force it. Don't cheapen this. Don't cheapen this. That's like my favorite line from any romance. Don't cheapen this.
But yeah. So what do you guys want to do? Actually, Crystal, can you make me a spot hidden check, please?
No, I don't want to. Oh god, the moment you don't want to see anything.
Okay. Thank you. What do you guys want to do?
I think after a little while, realizing that he's not going to have an opportunity to speak to anyone right now, Scott would have a look around and see if he can see E, especially with all that's definitely still lingering on his mind is the fact that E's his daughter. But I can't see shit.
Yeah, you can't. No. And as you guys are kind of walking around, Crystal, you notice a guy who's probably about 15, 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to describe this guy that you notice?
He's quite slim in build, but quite tall. Blonde hair, long in a bun. Also wearing quite dark clothes. This goth looking. And the moment Crystal sees him, she just stops moving, just staring at him.
Another goth. Yes. On Crystal. Woo. Focus.
Sorry. I think I'm seeing someone I know.
Is it Alba? Or Alice?
No.
Oliver? Mark?
So,
Boynell the second?
She
Tell me at any point. Just tell me who it is, you know?
She will just ignore you and slowly move towards the boy if she still sees him and he's not disappearing into the crowds.
Yeah, and as you start to walk towards this guy, you don't notice that you're actually walking through people. And you see him next to a little girl. This little girl has blonde hair. And they're talking and they seem to be having a good conversation. This friendly conversation. And you get closer and closer. He's still there. Doesn't seem to pay you any mind.
Okay, my Zoom has frozen again. I freed up a load of space on my PC and I thought I wouldn't have this problem anymore. I'm gonna restart the Zoom for a second. Sorry, you guys.
No problem.
Sorry, everyone. I went through a whole thing this weekend of going through and destroying the destroying Zoom, essentially destroying everything about the PC because there was such an issue. Oh, it started a whole new meeting. Oh, which means we've got to have all the cameras out of whack and everything. But essentially, we just had this whole problem with Zoom crashing all the time, and I was in chat with some peeps when I was going through it and cleaning up my hard drive and everything, because I thought it might have been a space issue. But it doesn't seem that that's the case. Zoom's still crashing, so I'm going to need to get back on with them, and we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out eventually. It's been happening with a lot of people who've been using Zoom lately. Really interesting. I might have to send in more complaint emails. Okay. Oh, that's so disappointing that it's destroyed the whole thing. But hey, that's just where we are. Oh, hi. Sorry, it killed the whole meeting.
Yeah.
We are live. We are hot coming in. So we just have a giant wild. Welcome back, Vicky. We are still live. We are still live.
Okay.
I'll sort out the cams once we're all back in.
Old ideas and backstories.
Oh, it's... Okay, awesome. I'll sort out the cams. You guys carry on. We are live, coming back in.
Okay. Then it's, I guess, still my turn. Sammy, when I'm in at least reach that they could hear me, she would call over. Tim, E? Let's see.
They don't seem to notice you.
No reaction. I would try to get closer and like they're facing away from me or towards me.
They're facing each other. So they're facing each other and you're kind of here. Right? I don't know if you can. Okay. I know on Zoom it's hard to label 3D space.
It's full with that, I can imagine. She would still, if no one from the others will stop her, she will try to get closer and just like on Tim's shoulder, just to see if she goes through, if he reacts.
So as you go to like tap him on the shoulder, your hand goes through.
Great. She would just stand in front of them, and I think the blonde girl is the blonde girl we know, so she would just stare at them. And does she hear what they're talking about?
Yeah, so as you kind of go and listen more, you just hear like, so what rides do you want to go on today? And the little girl goes, I want to go on all the rides. Let's go on all of them, all the times. And maybe they'll let us, sorry. Maybe they'll let us ride multiple times. I just got a huge wave of tiredness. I'm sorry about that. And he kind of, so they're just like talking about what their plans are for the day.
Which age does the girl have? Around
5 or 6 years old.
Does it actually look like E, or is that just an assumption? Now that we're all closer.
It looks like E.
Crystal, did you just call him over? Or why are you obsessed about this guy?
Are you now next to me, or?
Oh yes, I was behind you the whole way. This is
So you are also standing right next to those two.
yes.
And then Crystal will be just more whispering. They don't even see us. I can touch right through him.
Yeah, we walked through people already. That's not the biggest surprise right now.
I don't know what he's doing here.
Well, maybe you should start by telling the rest of us who he is, and we can start filling in the blanks. Story time.
She will stare a bit longer, and then, well, that looks like Tim around the time he disappeared. He was my boyfriend when we were at that age, so like 10 years ago. And he disappeared in the woods, or better, in a house in the woods.
Woods in America?
No, back home in Germany.
I'm sorry, I missed the part. He went into a house in the woods and he never came out?
Yes, something took him. I was in the house as well, but something took him and he never came back.
But you got out. Obviously.
Yes, and I couldn't get back in.
Couldn't get back in as like the door was locked, or couldn't get back in as in like it was just gone. Like when we walked out of the house and turned around and it was gone.
Something attacked. Tim pushed me out of the house and then the door just closed and it was shut. And afterwards, he was gone.
Is this like the magic stuff that Talia does?
No.
Well, apart from the part where you were attacked by something mysterious and a door magically closed and your boyfriend disappeared. Have you? I'm sorry, you're my aunt and I love you, but you're also generally quite judgmental, and you at no point over the last few days thought this was relevant to what's going on here, that you've encountered stuff like this before. We're all happily sharing, and you're just, no, everything's fine, nothing weird ever happened to me.
It was ages ago, and we will always have a link to a girl so far. I never had something with a girl in my life before.
No, we also specifically asked about weird stuff, possibly occult connections.
Let's not start attacking each other. We're all in this together.
You know how many lectures I've had from her over the past 10 years?
Not enough.
Clearly. Also, all of them hypocritical.
Lionel will get a smile for that comment. I just didn't think it was relevant. It was a one-time event, and yes, he disappeared, and yes, I still would love what happened to him. And Sammy, I would be curious, next to the music change, which scares me, could I by any chance see, does he have a shirt on or just a t-shirt?
So with this, I'm also gonna give it up to you, because what would he have normally worn if he had gone to like a carnival on a warm-ish day?
Then he would have just worn a t-shirt, probably black t-shirt, and then I would be able to see if he has the tattoo or not, because we got the tattoo shortly before he disappeared.
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have the tattoo.
Okay. Noted. Crystal will look at her arm and back. And she will share with the rest. When he went missing, he had the same tattoo of the moth that I have. He doesn't have that yet. So either we see a Tim before that, or completely different version.
Well, how is it a different version if they don't even notice that we're here? I mean, I saw you go up and try to get his attention and it just kind of didn't work.
It definitely seems that we have kind of traveled back in time.
Okay, so we did that again.
It seems so because. Not sure.
I mean, obviously we're in a new place, so we did something. But in terms of the time frame, are we back in 2010?
But age-wise, I would guess if it's his age, the way it looks, and also he looks young again.
Which is odd, considering we just saw her age, and now we're thrown back in time, and now she's a child again. So I feel like we don't even know her time frame and what her age really is, or what it should be.
The thing is, I don't remember Tim ever being to the States, so it's really weird that he's here and talking to her.
How would he even know her?
Are we even in the States? I know that's a weird question, but considering if nobody can see us and if we're just kind of, I don't want to say the only real things here, but I mean, we might not even be on the same, the same plane, which is a weird thing to say, but maybe they know each other because they're both passed. Maybe this is some weird purgatory state, which is awful considering this carnival is not fun, but maybe it's something like that, and that's why they don't notice us and you can't talk to him?
I honestly don't know. Crystal is still staring in between, always back at both of them. Have they by now wandered off to a carnival ride or so?
No, I mean, they're still kind of talking, but you could see, you could see Alice getting really restless and, wanting to go. So it looks like they're gonna she's probably gonna dart off soon if he doesn't, stop and they don't go soon.
Maybe if they go to a carnival ride, we just follow and see what happens? Because they're talking about that he wants to go on all the rides, so...
Maybe we'll get to see Alice's real dad as well.
Maybe. So far, E didn't say... Did she call him by name or anything?
No, she hasn't called him by name.
So no uncle or dad or whatever we think.
Nope.
Good.
Nope. They've just been talking, and there hasn't been any name calling kind of back or forth.
I have no idea why we're here, guys, and what we should find and how to move on.
Well, I mean, if our only lead is this person that you knew a while ago and E, then maybe we should just, like Scott was saying, and you were saying, just kind of follow them around for a bit. Maybe we're just supposed to kind of watch and take notes. I mean, what else is there to really do?
We can always grab some food. Y'all didn't seem to eat too much last time.
I'm not sure if we will be able to, since everyone we walk through them, we can't touch them. I doubt you will be able to buy anything. Great, we will die here because we can't eat.
Yeah, we'll see. Can Lionel see if they notice him at the nearest food vendor?
Yeah, so you walk over to the nearest food vendor, which is like a hot dog stand, and the guy is talking to a customer and doesn't seem to pay you any mind.
Can Lionel try to reach over and grab something, see if he can?
Yeah. You grab the hot dog, but you don't actually grab it or pick it up. Hand goes right through.
Thank you so much to Raven, who subscribes to Twitch Prime. You have an advantage to gift to a player of your choice. And Jess, we never did you confirm that you want Talia to have it, or let us know. Let us know.
So walk back and Well, it's quite possible we're the ghosts of this world.
I still don't get why he's here in the States with her.
And as you guys are talking about this, you see Talia dart off towards a ride.
Talia?
I mean, sorry, not Talia. Ellis. Sorry, Talia.
Thank you.
Because it's very in character for Talia to do.
No, Talia's currently having a good old-fashioned sulk.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Fuck all the lying adults.
Don't ever trust adults, kids.
Don't trust.
And you see Ellis dart towards the ride. And who noticed her on the ride last time? Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so can both of you guys, or can whoever saw her on the ride, make me a spot hidden check? And as she darts away, you just hear Tim just go, Ellis, get back here. And she's going, and he starts to chase after her. And those of you who sorry, Talia and Crystal, you guys will see that she's going to that same exact ride as before.
Crystal will point that out to the rest. She's back on the ride. She was last time, and she will just walk into the direction of the ride.
I think we should head towards the exit, but what do I know?
What is the ride?
It's like a roller coaster, but like a kid's roller coaster, not like a actual roller coaster.
Okay. Crystal, do you think we should follow? I mean, if she's starting off and going back on that same ride as apparently y'all saw her on before, then maybe it's significant in some way?
Well, last time afterwards we were sucked back home. Well, home is totally wrong. Back to completely normal. I'm calling it already home, this is not good. And yeah, let's check it out.
All right, I'm with you.
Looking around for the rest. If they are willing to follow as well.
There's nothing else to do, so...
You do see Talia, like, when we're walking through people, just sort of poking people's ears and eyes, because...
Crystal will not interfere with that. She knows better. Let her give her some space. Right. Is he also following to the roller coaster, or is he staying where he called out for Alice?
He has given chase to her, so he's following her now. And can you all also make me constitution checks? As you are all getting very hungry and tired. Because unfortunately, ice cream is not a substantial meal and doesn't actually do anything.
See, that's where you're just wrong.
However, ice cream does also contain milk. And anybody who knows anything about milk is that it fills you up. It makes you feel full. So, while your bodies are actually hungry, you don't feel the hunger yet.
That's right, skinny is a good look for a teenage angsty goth.
And you guys see Ellis get in the line for this ride, and Tim has gone after her, and he kind of catches up as she gets to the front of the line, and he kind of scolds her and says, "You know, Ellis, You could go on whatever ride you want. You just can't run off from me. You never know what can happen at a carnival. And with that, everything goes black. And you hear a scream. And the camera pans to two people on a train. And overhead you hear, "Now folks, I know this was an unexpected stop, but we're going to be stopping in this town called Completely Normal. I apologize for the inconvenience. We do need to do some train repairs. And, this will just be for a few hours or overnight at the latest, but we'll get you back on the road tomorrow to finish off our tour of anything of the supernatural / horrifying Pacific Northwest. Please gather all your belongings. We will be arriving shortly."
I guess it's Talia and me looking at each other.
I'm not packing shit.
We remember what happened, so we are probably staring at each other like, not again?
Talia isn't packing. Don't get me wrong. We did ask for a tour of the weird, the horror, and the occult of America. That part matches. I never asked for it to be endless.
The worst thing is, are we back at the beginning? It seems so. Can Crystal look for
Phone check.
phone?
You don't have a phone.
Can I peek out of the window and see the clock at the train? However it's called.
The clock at the train station says 9:05. However, you notice the minute hand is not moving. Or I'm sorry, the second hand is not moving.
So we're not all the way back at the start because we started at 6.
Yeah.
Oh, we won 3 hours.
Can you both make me a sanity check? Okay.
Everything is fine.
Yeah, right. This has happened before.
I'm too busy being angry to be freaked out.
Yeah.
I'm being
Probably
fueled by teenage rage. This is amazing. I'm fine, just angry.
Yeah. I mean, aren't we all?
I will lean over, just put my hand on her shoulder, just like, I am sorry. I really did not think it was connected. This thing is ages ago, and I've never heard anything of that before or again. So it was just like, and don't tell your father. He doesn't even know what happened.
I'll consider that.
Well,
Maybe.
leverage now on me, so
Yeah.
we can figure something out.
Oh, I'm just enjoying the panorama of possibility before me.
But first we need to get out of here so you can use them.
Fair enough.
You want to stay in the train?
Yeah, kinda.
Want to just try if they kick us
See
out?
what
If we
happens.
can sit?
Yeah, what happens if
never
we stay on the
tried.
train?
We never tried.
We haven't done this one before.
Just to be curious, do we want to check our bags, what we have still from all our collections that we bought along the way?
Do we have our bags, Sammy, or just the ones we didn't check into the hotel?
You just have the ones you didn't check into the hotel.
Oh, these are still for my important stuff.
Do you have still the key from the hotel in your bag? And do I still have the octopus candle in my bag?
Yes, you still have the octopus candle. That's like the most important thing you
Most
have.
important thing I still have. And is the key still in Talia's bag for the hotel? Okay, so we still have the stuff.
I just gonna. Can I hold the octopus candle for a second?
I'm afraid what you do with it, but sure, I will give her the candle.
Why so much distrust?
You are mad at me. I know you
I am
can't
so.
get...
I would not break your stuff. I would break you.
Okay, then you might throw it at my head.
I prefer psychological torture. I just want to pet the octopus a little.
The candle is too nice to throw it.
I know. It's very pretty. Great craftsmanship.
Yep. And Crystal will just... Yeah,
Sorry, Sammy?
I will give her the candle.
Okay. I will gently cradle the candle. I have no devious schemes on it. Sorry to disappoint all my fans. What's my problem with the candle, guys?
Burn it?
Well, eventually, yes.
Okay.
You will see. So far, she's just holding it. I'm not sure what happens if she brings out a lighter. As long as she's just holding it, it's all fine. Crystal just will lean back in her seat and just stretch her legs and just like, okay, let's see and wait.
And Talia, as you hold this candle, can you roll me a 1d2?
It goes up in flames.
Probably, yes.
You don't do anything.
You're also going to have to read me the results, because with my limited computer screen space, I won't be able to see it.
Hang on. How do you roll a d2 in Roll20? Roll d2?
/R.
Yeah.
/R space 1d2.
It is a 1.
It is a 1. So, you're on a train.
Again.
And you're cradling this. Well, you mean you're still on the train. You're on the train. And everything goes dark. And you see, or you hear first, some thunder and the pouring of the rain just splashing off of the train car.
We are still together? We both have that, or just Talia?
Just Talia has this. But if you were to look, she has not disappeared.
Okay, so she's still sitting there with the candle.
Yeah.
And...
Yes. For now. And Talia, you feel the train start to accelerate. It goes faster, and you can hear the tracks, or the tracks underneath speed up. And it's going faster. The rain's getting louder, and there's a crack of thunder with lightning. And as the train is lit up, you can see tentacles on the side. The things I promised you guys I would never put in. But you see the tentacles on the side. And you are the only one on the train. And it's getting faster and faster. Another crack of lightning. There's nothing there. Another crack. You see a face. I think you know the face that you see. And another crack, and you're back in the train with your aunt.
So I'm going to break my promise, and I'm going to toss the candle back at my aunt, going, nope, no.
I will try to catch it. Not sure if my reaction is good enough, because I was like relaxing and leaning back.
Yeah, and
Not cool.
Talia, can you make me a sanity check?
Yes. I can.
And Crystal, to you, this looks like she got the candle and then all of a sudden just threw it.
Oh,
Oh,
can I use
goodness.
advantage on this, by the way, or how does it work? Oh no, I don't even have one yet. I do have one.
You do have one. Call before you roll.
Okay. I didn't know I had one. That's fine. I
Oh,
fumbled
no.
my sanity roll, which is very
Oh,
fair.
you fumbled. Thank you for telling me that you fumbled that.
No, I fumbled that.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
Crystal will look at her like, what happened? You just hold it for a second and now you're throwing it back at me?
Yeah. That seems accurate. Hang on, I'm trying to do math on my sanity while I'm talking to you and it's not working.
Okay.
Oh my god, is that sanity damage?
Yes, it is.
Oh, goodness.
Oh boy.
That fumble is no joke. I'm terrified.
That's more than
I also-
25%, alright.
I also rolled really high
Yeah.
on my sunset. I do not
Really fell
usually
to
roll
10 and a 12. Holy.
Oof.
Is that like a permanent insanity type of deal, or?
No, I'm gonna think. Give me a second to think of how I want to do this. I don't like Call of Cthulhu's sanity mechanics. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't.
We can
we're
play
gonna
it
use
out a bit.
Sam.
if you wanna.
What was that?
We can play it out a bit more if you want to think about
Yeah.
it.
But there isn't
Yeah.
a lot to play. Talia's sort of just sitting there, staring.
I
Little beads of sweat on her forehead.
will put the candle just back.
Don't touch the candle.
I will touch the candle and put it back in my backpack because I touched it before, gave it to you, nothing happened. So she's just like, it's a candle. Let's see if something happened. That's on Sammy, but she would just take it and put it in her backpack.
You take it back and put it in your backpack.
And then I'll just reach out for Talia. What happened?
Amazingly, Talia's even paler than before.
Yeah, that's why. So I would think Crystal knows her well enough that not everything is okay. It's not like a teenage mood. Oh, that's an annoying candle. Something happened to her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lean over the side of my train seat and puke up all that ice cream I ate.
Oh, okay. Does Crystal need to make a Constitution check?
No, she's
She
fine
handles
with that.
She's a pathologist. She doesn't care
that's
about
true.
what life people.
That's true.
This is like, okay, it's not nice, but what the hell, so be it. Okay. She will just, should we get some fresh air?
No, we were staying on the train. Oh god, no! I want to get off the train. Never mind.
Oh,
Also, keep that thing away from me.
I put it away. What happened?
I'll grab my bag and start leaving the train.
I will follow.
Okay. And you guys leave the train, and it's somehow nighttime. And you guys step off. And by the way, there were some effects. I sent them to Talia in private, so that she can choose if/when she ever wants to share this.
Don't fumble sanity rolls, guys. I'll share that much with you.
And that's permanent, by the way.
Okay.
The effects, not the damage. The damage
Okay.
you can get back. And so you guys step off, and it is nighttime, and it is pouring rain.
Great. Just great.
And
You?
Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
this is a little odd because when you were looking out the window, just before you got off the train, it was nice and sunny midday. And with that, we will pan over to a lodge in the woods where a man in plaid is waking up.
Yeah. Scott remembers everything.
Scott unfortunately remembers everything.
Kind of wishes he didn't. He goes over to the basin and splashes some water on his face. I think he does shave this morning. But more out of doing something with his hands than anything else. He wants to meet up with the rest of the group, but also... Damn, life is complicated around that group. You know, he'll, wrap up shaving. Towel off the remaining suds and any blood and... Go and start. He wanted to get here yesterday because he wanted to protect his arsenal and stuff. So he just wants to do a bit of a stock check, see what's there, see if anything's been removed, if everything's... Not that any of this stuff helps against the ghost horrors anyway, but...
Yeah, so everything is there, including a note. Excuse me. The note, would you go up to it and read it?
Is it the same note?
It looks the same from a distance. You would have to get closer to see if it says exactly what it said before.
Okay, so if it looks the same from a distance, he'd definitely make that like last port of call. He'd totally be checking things over first of all. He'll stick with his basic rifle pistol setup as well. He's not going to take anything else out of here. But he'll probably replenish a new body bag and get some fresh gloves and that sort of thing. And I think when he does check the note, it'll be more out of just like is this still the same? Just sort of like flick it open with a finger and just see if it looks the same.
Okay, and so as you look at the note, it says, "Thank you for trying. I know that you did all that you could do. Just know none of this was not your fault." Again, it is signed E.
He'll read it several times. No, none of this is not your fault. Is there actually a double negative in there? Oh, Scott wouldn't pick up on that anyway. Ignore that question.
Oh, did I say I know that none of this is not...
Yeah,
What did I say?
I think so.
Oh. Okay. There's not supposed to be a double negative.
It doesn't matter. Scott wouldn't pick it up. He knows what...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that none of this is your fault. He's gonna get up, put his gun in his bag. He's gonna leave the shack. Do you know what? Actually, reading that, he's gonna change his plans altogether. He is gonna get out his big hiking rucksack. He's gonna put all of his possessions in there. Everything from the shack. And he's going to leave the shack, this time heading away from town. He's just wants to check if that is a release. If he's allowed to leave.
Okay. Okay. Can you make me a tracking check? Unless there's another check that you think would be better. But I think tracking was probably the best.
I'm all over that tracking.
Okay. You head out in what should be the direction away from town. And you have tried to leave town before, and you know how long it would take you to get to that loop again. You seem to have gone farther. Do you keep going?
I do. I want to see if I can see the next town, or at least get to the other side of the forest, maybe.
Okay. As you keep walking, the forest gets denser and denser. And the terrain's getting a little rougher. You're slowing down quite a bit.
Does this feel unnatural?
I wouldn't necessarily say unnatural, but it's gonna be so contradictory, but this doesn't seem natural. I don't know if you get what I mean by, like, it's not necessarily unnatural, but you haven't seen anything like this before.
Seems like the forest is against me. Alright. I know the woods pretty well. I know this sort of stuff doesn't just happen. I think it's good to check, though. I'll try ahead and, let's see, it was south to town, right? Before everything got flipped on its head, so I would have been heading west, I guess?
It was north to town before.
North to town, okay.
Yeah.
I still would have headed west. Just to make sure, let's alter course. I'm going to head south for a bit, see if it gets any easier.
As you head south, the terrain looks exactly the same.
Still
You're
getting
passing.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you're passing the same trees over and over. The ground is the same. Like, it's literally you're walking on the same terrain this entire time. And you don't know if you're making any progress, or it kind of feels like you're walking on a treadmill with, like, the like trees going behind you, like how they kind of did the old movie style.
Yeah, he would cut one of the trees then just to make sure.
Okay. I mean, you don't seem to pass it again.
Scott doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to head back to town just yet. I think if he had been able to leave, he would have then headed back to town out of sense of duty. That's sort of what his ideal scenario was, is that he's free and can head back. But not being freed, he'll just sort of sit on his pack for a minute and just look over that note again.
Can you make me a history check?
Probably not. There we go.
I should. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, you look over, the note says the same thing as before. Can you also make me a sanity check?
Oof. At least I didn't fumble it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. Were you the one that was talking about how you hadn't lost any sanity this entire time last week?
Oh no, it was well deserved.
Yeah. And as you're looking at this, with everything going on, you're getting more and more freaked out. I kind of get with and you can correct me if this doesn't make sense, but with the whole like wanting to get out of here, it kind of feels like the fact that you can't is kind of making you I don't know if claustrophobic is the right word, but you know, like that like panicked feeling of like I just want to get out and I can't get out.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Scott's starting to get that feeling.
Yeah, he definitely does feel that a lot. Also, though, he's kind of used to kind of coping with it. So, he's got his coping mechanisms. But I think being alone in the woods, he probably would let his defenses down enough to sob about it a bit. Yeah.
And as Scott sits there, slowly going insane, looking at this note, we will pan to a room in a hotel where an alarm clock goes off. As you hit this alarm clock, or as you see a hand hit it, the alarm clock is flashing 12 o'clock. It doesn't change. Slowly getting out of bed. What do we see?
I think after looking at the alarm clock and realizing it went off without an alarm, like the clock actually working with time, I think Carmen would take a second and like lay back in bed and like just kind of like sprawl out. Just breathe. Also assuming I remember everything as well. So I'd probably just lay there, breathe, and at one point maybe grab the pillow next to me and shove it over my face and scream out of frustration and just confusion. And then just like check the pillow aside, get up out of bed. And Carmen's gonna walk to the bathroom, turn on all the lights. She's gonna turn on all the lights in the room, turn on the bathroom light, leave the bathroom door open as far as possible. And she's finally gonna take a shower, but with the shower curtain open, because she's like not trusting of anything in any bathroom ever since she's been terrified before. So she'll probably just take a very quick shower, you know, just enough to kind of refresh if she possibly can feel refreshed at this moment, and then change. Actually, are all my possessions there, or is it just like the things that I had on my immediate person?
All your possessions are there.
Okay. So then change clothes real quick, kind of pack a small bag with like an extra t-shirt. She's going to finally, because it was packed away. She's only had one handgun. She's going to finally take her second handgun out and put it in the second holster. Put on her jacket, kind of look at the room. Does anything seem out of order since the last time I had been there?
No. Also, I definitely put on the wrong track.
I was gonna say, what is this?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not.
This is the most terrifying wake-up scene ever.
What is that? Title is slightly better. We switched from a song called Scary to kind of creepy.
No, I'm sorry. It was scary.
Oh, true.
You guys get to see how I named my tracks.
It's so good. I love looking at the names of the tracks. But yeah, no, Carmen will just kind of like, after she takes care of herself and kind of puts herself in this position of like, we're going through this again, you need to keep your cool. Like, she'd probably have a small pep talk with herself actually and just be like, all right, no need to freak out. We've done this before. You got to shower, you got to change. Positive. We're going to think positive. I'm not going to go insane. Everything is fine. And then probably pack up whatever remaining things she kind of threw out and tossed around while she was getting ready and pack it up, put it on the bed and just leave it there and head out, I guess, of her hotel room to try to relive what she remembers of how she met Crystal and Talia. You know, she just kind of vaguely remembers walking into them. So just, I guess she'll head downstairs towards the lobby of the hotel and see if it's the same person at the desk, if things seem any weirder than usual, or as she remembers.
Yeah. And so you walk down, and it is the same guy at the desk of the hotel lobby. However, when you look outside, it's dark and stormy. Last time you woke up, it was morning.
It was morning.
And you're kind of used to waking up like a little bit before dawn or with dawn, with the sun rising. But like, this is kind of like no light, like midnight almost. Not that midnight, but like midnight.
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah. Before she even, because she wants to go talk to the clerk, but before she even do that, she's gonna run back upstairs now that she sees that it's pouring, put on like her more rain fitted jacket, shove her like lighter jacket in her backpack, and then go back downstairs. And she's gonna approach the clerk and just be like, I'm so sorry to bug you. You probably got a lot going on, but can you just tell me what time it is really quickly? I kind of misplaced my phone and I don't have a watch.
He just stares blankly at you. Says, can I help you, ma'am?
She's just gonna like look very perplexed at him and she'll be like, on second thought, I'm all right. Thanks. And she's just gonna kind of grab her stuff and turn around and walk out.
Okay, well, have a nice day, ma'am. Let me know if you need anything.
And I'll just say, thanks, as I'm leaving. And put my hood up, kind of, I don't know, like pull the strings down so I don't get completely drenched, but I'm going to head towards where I remember the, like the market being the, what did we call it? The Sunday thing?
It was a
Barbecue?
farmer's market.
Yeah, farmer's market.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head kind of out of the hotel and over to where I vaguely remembered meeting Crystal and Talia for the first time.
Okay. First important question. Do you go through the revolving doors or do you just go through the single door?
if it's the revolving door that's like straight and it's like the normal, like the main door, then I would go through the revolving door. If it's like an extra, this sounds really lame, but if it's like extra work to walk towards the door that's not the revolving door, it's not worth it. So I'm just gonna go through whatever is the easiest option, which is probably the revolving door.
Yeah. And you walk through the revolving door. Nothing happens. I just wanted to know.
Oh man, okay.
When you come out the other side, we're gonna pan over. And we pan over to a butcher shop that's sparkly clean, very well lit. There's some really good looking pieces of meat in here. One of those being the butcher, who wakes up. I couldn't. That wasn't planned. I just couldn't not make that joke. Like I said, pieces of meat.
It had to be done.
Yeah, if I didn't, somebody else would have made that joke. And as he wakes up, it's Sunday. It's time for the farmers market.
And of course, I remember everything, right?
Can you make me a history check?
Oh.
Where did I put the... There we go. You don't remember anything. Yesterday was Saturday. Today is Sunday.
Oh. In that case, do my normal farmer's market prep.
Okay. And you prep. Get outside. Usually Mark's out there. But he usually gets out there before you do. He has a lot more to set up than you. He's not there.
Well, I would quickly finish setting up my side, then I'd probably head over to the market to see what's going on with Mark.
So if you look, his booth isn't there. If you go to the grocers, which I'm assuming you'd go to, it's locked, and the where the lock is, it's locked. I forgot that we relocked it. It was so stealthy the DM didn't even see you relock it.
Probably start knocking on the doors. There's no answer. Maybe go around the back to see.
Yeah, there's no answer. It's locked in the back.
What's the store that's next to the market, the grocer?
Oh no, I don't have. Out of things I forgot to pack, this is one of them. I can't see. Can you just tell me what's next to what I said was next to it?
Hang on, I have to find my unmute. The current grocery store? You haven't told us yet. It used to be the butcher's and it isn't. It's crossed out but not re-added.
Okay. Next to the butchers. Oh gosh.
No, next to the butchers is the candle shop.
I'm sorry, not
next to the grocery store. We don't know yet.
Okay. What do you usually have in a town?
I'm just
You know,
gonna.
you can pick. You could pick Loinel and tell me what's next to the what is next to the grocers.
I'm going to say that whoever's next to them doesn't participate, so they're closed. So I'm going to the candle shop.
Oh, yes, the candle shop. The candle shop is open because you know that Mr. Candlemaker is that's his last name, by the way, is Candlemaker. Mr. Candlemaker is setting up and bringing out all of his candles, and he just says, "Oh, hello, Lornell."
Hey, CM. Hey, have you seen Mark around? He isn't setting up like he usually does.
No, I haven't. Yeah, that's odd. I thought, didn't Mark disappear a while ago, or something happened to him?
What?
I thought so. I vaguely remember something happening to him.
Wait, something bad?
I'm not entirely sure. You know, I think there was something mentioned in the paper about this. I don't know, maybe he went on vacation or something. I just remember it saying, like, Mark left. And I didn't really read too much into it. But yeah, he might have gone on vacation, I think.
Yeah. God, must have been a pretty fancy vacation for them to make the news.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people don't tend to, as you know, people don't tend to leave.
Yeah.
And so when somebody does, you know, it's a big deal.
Oh, I mean, I thought he would have at least told me. I mean, he's like my best friend.
Yeah, that's very odd that he didn't tell you. I mean, do you think something bad might have happened?
I hope not. I mean, I can't really know. I mean, if he's gone, he's not going to answer anyways. I guess I'll try calling him. It's kind of early if he's on vacation, but
I mean, yeah, you might as well. I don't even know where he would have gone to. I mean, from what it sounds like, he didn't tell anybody.
No, it's not like Mark, that's for sure.
No, it's not. But you know how Mark is. Sometimes a little unpredictable.
Yeah, this might be one of those times.
Yeah, but I mean, are you still gonna set up for your for your stand? Because I mean, that's really gonna. Yeah, at this point, I think that's going to be the only food stand in town. Right? 'Cause it was really only you and Mark before.
Oh well. I mean, I set up a little quicker than usual because I didn't see Mark, so I've got some time. Do you need any help? I can help you set up if you need.
Oh yeah. You know, actually, if you could help me, I have some candles in the back, or that I moved to the front here. You know, my stock just got depleted. Mostly of like all my black candles aren't here for some reason.
Who wants black candles?
Right? Isn't that weird? I also have these 2 candles that I've been working on. You know how I like to make my fancy candles.
Oh, yeah.
So I have this really cool dragon candle, and then this what are 3-headed dogs called?
Cerberus.
Don't know. Thank you. And then
What's his name though? I mean, he literally named his dog Spot. Sorry.
And yeah, and so he like shows you his like glass case, and out of character it looks the same, like it's the same kind of setup that Crystal got, right? This very glass case, these very, very detailed, beautiful candles. And he takes those. He's very particular, and you know this from past, like he's very particular about not letting people touch those candles until like he sells them. Just they take a lot of time, they're delicate, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to them. So he takes those, and I assume you take some of the like boxes of the candles, a lot of black candles,
Right.
and goes on his way and just says, yeah, you know, just...
I mean, business picking up, that's always good.
Yeah. And can you make me a spot hidden check?
I can try.
I need to stop clicking it. And almost instantaneously, he just turns to you and says, it's a shame what happened to Mark, eh?
What? What happened to Mark? Didn't you just say he went on vacation?
No, Lornell, are you doing okay? And...
What, is Mark doing okay?
No, Mark's dead. Lornell. In fact,
Wait.
I don't even know how you're here. Dude, what's going on with you?
What do you mean? It's Sunday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Am I still holding a box I was trying to help him with? Or?
Yep.
But...
And you're in his shop as well.
Wasn't I just helping you set up? I mean, you're telling me how you sold all your black candles.
I mean, that happened, but you didn't. No, there's no farmer's market today. You were coming to help me with my candles, Lionel. Asked you because you're a lot stronger than me to help me kind of move inventory a little bit.
And I still don't remember anything, right?
You still don't remember anything. And I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh no. You don't?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. Like, it was one of those, like, as soon as I started talking, I forgot what I was going to say, which happens to me more often than it should.
God, something must be putting me all out of sorts, I guess.
Yeah, do you need to go like lay down or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that right once I'm done helping you. So where do you need me to move these?
If you could just bring them out to the front here, you could just set them down. You should. Yeah, I should be fine. This is kind of what I needed help with. You can go back.
I mean, sure. I mean, if it's Wednesday, I've got plenty of time. So.
No, I think you should go lay down, Lionel. I'm concerned about you. Are you okay, man?
It's probably just a bit of shock still. You know. I mean, I feel like I'm hearing about it for the first time.
Yeah, I saw you with his body. I don't know why you Yeah, I think you need to go lay down. This is weird, though I know. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. See, well, if you ever need help, you can always just,
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I'll thank you, Lionel. You're so kind.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna come by later and check on you just to make sure that everything is okay.
Thanks. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, probably. Right. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yeah, that sounds good. And as you turn to leave, can you make me a psychology check? Okay. So you go and leave. And go back and take your nap. And we're going to pan back to we could do this one of two ways. Sam needs a small break. Sam needs a bio break. So we could either pan back to Crystal and Talia, or you guys can do some out of character talking like I've had you do before.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing in chat anyway. If we want to do that for a minute, we can totally do that.
I'm in 3 chats right now.
I was out for like 2 seconds because I have my parents on the phone and I need to tell them not now.
Out of character it is.
Yeah.
I should know by now that Monday is not a good time in the evening.
Wow.
So what is happening in chat? I didn't see any of it.
There are a lot of remarks about Scott, Carmen, Talia, and how Scott has 2 hands.
Don't you dare to do anything or think anything bad of my dear.
Oh man.
No, I don't think he's thinking bad. Well, he's talking bad thoughts, but
He's not thinking bad, but he might be thinking nasty.
there you go. Such a good guy.
Such a good. Remember, good guy.
He is a good
No,
guy.
apparently, Scrat was busy Googling age of consent to determine if Scott can be a bad guy and be a good guy and still get Natalia.
With 17, I think in most countries you will have...
Apparently, America says 12.
Yeah,
Because
I just looked it up. Federal law says 12. However, it can be questioned until 18.
I think some
That's so
states
weird.
supersede that. Some states.
I could imagine that depending on the state, it's different.
In a lot of places, you can get married at 16 as long as your parents sign for it. I mean,
Yeah, if the parents are okay with it, you can get married at 16, but at
can
least
you picture the phone call home? But Dad!
And then the phone call to Crystal, like,
Yeah.
Oh!
I thought you were watching her!
So, like, I picture Scott growing up in Texas. I don't know whether the accent's any good or not. I apologize, Texans. But I've just Googled it, and the legal age of consent in Texas is 17. The definition of age of consent is in Texas is when a person may legally consent to engage in sexual activity. There you go.
Told you it was legal.
great. Don't you dare to touch my knee.
Apparently, I'm not the one you need to be worried about right now.
I'm just saying. It's legal
Crystal-
from a legal standpoint.
You're just saying Scott feels a little better right now.
Yeah.
Fine with Talia has some fun because Crystal is fine because she knows that well, teenage, but not really. And
My question is Scott considered a good guy if he ends up doing this? Is this morality? Like, is Scott gonna be a good guy after all?
Probably not. Who knows? We'll
Probably
see.
not.
he's not in Crystal's eyes. That will be the moment, like, not a good guy. Not.
Look, this is the thing. The conversation with Crystal is going to be very, very eye-opening because he trusts people, and Talia told him that he was 21. Carmen told him that she wasn't, and now in a
Carmen
quandary.
is just playing out her little jealousy triangle right there because she wants Scott herself.
Talia
Well,
will
that could
murder
be a
Crystal
possibility, you
after the
know?
talk.
So I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure out in my mind what the environment around Scott might have made him feel about someone that age, you know?
This will be horrible. Talia already wants to murder me. It will just be worse. Great.
There was so much pure intention that went into that. There was, because at this point, like, all the lies, like, from Carmen's standpoint, like, lying about the small things might pile up onto each other to equal to a larger outcome that nobody wants. So, like, she was like, oh, well, that's just a small thing. Let's try to correct that small thing and move forward, instead of just being like, oh, yeah, let's just continue to, like, not worry about the small lies. Because if people aren't telling them if people aren't telling each other what's going on, like, now there's this whole thing with Crystal not telling Talia, and Talia's upset. She feels like everyone's lying to her, and like, I feel
You are all
Crystal-
lying to her.
Oh.
We're all lying to each other in some regard.
Yeah.
I see Scott's
Um,
24.
Yeah, Scott's 24, yeah. But
He's
he
the guy
thought he thought Talia was 21.
Scott's the college guy who hangs out at high schools.
Also, oh gosh. Oh no.
Oh,
I was
no.
just in chat, somebody said, did Sam and Scrat make this episode title together though?
The answer
This
is
was
no.
not planned.
Neither
No.
of us did.
In
It
fact,
was Talia.
It was Anik.
Anik is the one that made the episode title. I just titled it as a joke because I was like, they were talking about age because I asked everybody their age earlier.
Age is just a
And-
number, man. Don't let the system get you down.
Yeah, and apparently it is. I was like hoping that it would not be related at all, but apparently it is now, and I don't know how to feel about this.
Should we be pressing F for flirting, or
I mean, no.
No.
Oh no, someone's quoting a celebrity at me. I don't know celebrities. I'm gonna have to Google this.
Oh. Oh no.
Matthew
Fast
no,
Fast Times at Ridgemont
he's
High.
not Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
What?
should we go back to actually playing this game?
Let's do it.
I think so. And so, as we come back, let's just do a small little recap of what's going on. We have two people who have just stepped off a train. One person who has just entered and exited a revolving door of a hotel. Someone who is in the woods, slowly going insane. And a butcher who doesn't remember what's going on. Let us go to our two lovely ladies who have just stepped off the train.
In the rain. Can
In
I pull
the rain.
out? Do I have an umbrella in my backpack? Let me see.
Talia doesn't
Yes,
care about
I
the rain.
have. I already used the umbrella, so I'm pulling out the umbrella that we have both, at least not in the rain, but out of the rain.
Talia doesn't care about rain.
Crystal.
She's a little busy freaking out.
Yeah, so Crystal will just stand next to her niece, holding the umbrella over both of their heads, just trying to figure out how much room Talia needs, or when to really you need to tell me what happened.
It's actually been quite a few years since this happened, but Talia turns around and just sort of throws herself into your arms.
Okay, a big hug, okay, you can tell me, and again, I'm really sorry I didn't tell you about it. What happened? You are. Oh, you are safe now. This sounds really weird in this place, but at least you're not alone.
I try to tell you, but it makes absolutely no sense.
What makes sense in this town? Nothing yet.
No,
So
this is very fair, but this seems like on a whole nother level. I mean, seeing people from the past, that's nothing new. You've all been doing that, and so have I, but he isn't from my past, but it's here, but this was someone else. What extra freaky was I touched the candle. I touched the candle.
Yeah, that I've seen.
And it felt a little weird, and I thought maybe I should check it for occult stuff, maybe light it in a safe circle, and I wasn't even done thinking about it yet, and suddenly I was alone on the train, and it was moving faster and faster and faster and faster, and there was lightning, and there was thunder, and there were tentacles, and I saw Rowena's face, and then I was alone, but then I wasn't, and did I mention the tentacles, and did I mention Rowena's face?
Holy. Okay.
I do not want to see that candle ever again. I don't want it anywhere near me.
Crystal will just wait.
Sorry, before you say something, can you, Crystal? Yeah. Can you make me a psychology check with advantage, please?
Advantage means 2 times.
So because since we're in Cthulhu, you're gonna have to roll it twice.
I am really bad in that. Let me see.
That's
twice. Okay. No, it's a fail and a fail.
So while Talia is freaked out, you don't necessarily know if you can believe her. Right. Because she pulls stuff like this all the time, right? She's always trying to pull one over you, and she does seem freaked out, but it's not that you don't trust her, you're just not sure if you can trust her.
Okay.
Fully.
She will still carry on holding her, just like comforting her to just, if not play it out, if it's not really, but I guess at least something is off. Maybe not to the full extent, but
yeah. However you want to play that out. However Crystal would play that out. Go ahead.
She would something. Maybe it's a bit dramatically described and so on. Maybe it's not, but. So we will get rid of the candle just to calm you. The next litter box we will just or garbage can, we will just throw it out. It's not important. But you saw tentacles, and you were on the train. It was moving.
Yeah, it was moving. I was going really fast.
It was like a blink of a second between you hold the candle and threw it back at me.
It seemed far longer.
And you saw Rowena?
Just her face.
Did she say emotional do anything? Because that is the first time you have something from the past coming to you, isn't it?
Oh. Past is like the last 9 months, then yes.
Well, yeah.
So much for staying on the train, though. That was not a good experience.
I'm sorry the candle triggered all of that. I had it all the time, and I can touch it. Nothing is happening. I really don't know what to do next, but I would say at least we should get out of the rain. So question is, do we want to move to the hotel room? We didn't try that. Or do you want to take a walk through town and see if everything is still there where it should be?
Very torn between the hotel and the candle maker. I mean, that candle is just wrong.
We can return.
And that's rich coming from me.
He was weird, but not.
I wasn't there. Did he tell you anything about the thing?
No, just that he worked for ages on it, and he wanted like, I don't know, $2 or $3, and I gave it more because honestly, if he made it by hand, it's insanely cheap.
Why would he sell a candle he put hours in for $2?
I have no idea how he survives with the prices he's taking.
Maybe he knew it was a weird candle.
He gave us also the others for the seance. He gave us for really cheap money. I would have paid a lot more back at home.
Well, before we decide on doing anything, are we okay? I know I flipped out after you didn't tell us about Tim disappearing in a creepy house in the woods. Still angry, by the way, but compared to the others we've met so far, you're still pretty high up on the list of people I trust, which is a very short list.
You know, I wouldn't do anything to hurt you, and I'm really sorry I didn't talk about him. It's a topic, honestly, I just try to forget for years now because it was not fun. But I'm not sure. It's freaky that he showed up because now I'm really lost on how everything is connected. Because so far everyone was connected through the girl, and now we have a new person, and it's... I don't know. She would just...
Go where?
Do you want to take a walk?
Sure.
Just some fresh air?
Well, wasn't it light when we were on the train?
Yeah, when I looked out first to look at the time, and I would turn around to look again at the clock. What time would it show now?
It shows 9:05.
Okay, the fucking clock is not moving. And I'm sorry for swearing, Scrat. Yeah, so I have no idea what time it is. It's 9 when the sun was out, and then the thing with the candle happened, and then I looked out again, and it was raining. It was raining in what you've seen when you touched the candle as well?
Oh yeah, no, there was a massive storm. Actually, the things I saw, first was alone, and then there was this crack of lightning, and the train lit up, which is when I saw the
tentacle thing.
Please don't say that word. And then there was another crack, and I saw Rowena's face, and then there was another crack, and it was normal. Well, normal. I hate that word. Nothing's normal here.
No, it's not. I'm still scared that I said returning home for a second.
No, we cannot become natives. I refuse to. I'm not assimilating.
Will your father kill me if time is not moving forward?
How would he kill you if time wasn't moving forward?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The question is, does time move forward outside? And he's slowly worrying because he's not getting any signs from us.
Imagine if he just sees the same credit card charge pile up. Every day the hotel gets paid.
Well, the question is, does the hotel even have us booked? No, it doesn't.
I went there once
beginning.
alone, but I still have that key.
Yeah, and will our bags be still there? That would be fun to watch.
Do you want to go see?
Bags are...
I have day back, but not backpack.
Yeah.
Do you want to go see? See if we can find a...
Let's give it a try. The hotel would be the nearest on the way before we go on. So, yeah. Let's go to the hotel and just march through, say hello, and use the key to go up.
Yeah,
Do we want to ask for Carmen? I think she was in the hotel as well.
But we're not following our first timeline, so I don't know if she waited for us, if she went out to find us on the farmer's market.
Not sure, but it might be worth.
If she's on the farmer's market, we'll actually see her while we're walking towards the hotel.
True, and if not, we can still ask and maybe see if she's even there. I still hope that we know after what happened. Let's just go.
Let's just go.
They will walk in the direction of the hotel.
And you walk in the direction of the hotel through the rain. And yes, Talia can roll a sanity check. Is Talia your treasured person, placer thing, Crystal?
Yep. We
You can
pick each
also-
other without even talking to each
Yeah,
other.
so you can also roll a sanity check if you want as well.
I failed it.
Yeah.
I will roll it, but I will fail it even if I make it. Yeah. I will auto fail it because Crystal for the first time is not okay.
Okay.
I care about people dying and blood everywhere. That's daily business for her. But now with Talia freaking out and what she's seen, it's slowly getting to her.
Yes, I do remember you saying that. Okay. I mean, nothing bad happens. This is just a regain sanity.
Okay.
So, as you guys approach the hotel, is Talia walking under the umbrella as well? So Talia is drenched in sweat. I'm sorry, in rain.
Seeing that
I mean,
Talia is not walking under the umbrella, Crystal would close the umbrella as well and pack it away.
Okay.
And on the next garbage can she's passing by, she will throw out the stupid candle.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, so there's one at the train station, and you can throw it away, and you guys can make your. It takes 5-10 minutes or 10-15 minutes, I think I said at first, to get to the hotel. A very uneventful walk. Talia a bit shaken still, and I think as time goes on, Crystal, you're a little more inclined to believe her while still being slightly suspicious. But I mean, if she is, she might, you have the feeling that she might still be trying to pull one over, but this is also a lot of effort, and what's the gain? I think that's kind of you're why, you're at that point, why would she do this? But yeah, so it's starting to become a little bit more believable that she kind of went through this experience. Can you make me a spot hidden check, Crystal?
I can for sure try. No, I'm busy with myself.
You're lost in your thoughts and in Talia's thoughts, and I would imagine this is a very silent walk, as you're both.
Well, I was going to ask, because normally when there's rain and thunder and it's dark, I hear a lot of sobbing from a young female. No sobbing this time?
No sobbing.
That's a relief. Cannot handle her right now.
But you do hear a whisper. No, I'm just kidding. And so yeah, so as you guys walk, you're lost in your thoughts, and you just hear the rain just pouring, and your own splashes as you walk through the puddles. And as you get to the hotel, we will pan over to Carmen, who just walked through the revolving door. And before you step outside, when you're walking, you see a flash, and you see a face. Was that Oliver's face? Wait, his name was...
Yeah.
Okay. Did not want to mess that up. Was that all?
You're fine.
Was that Oliver's face? It couldn't have been. And as you're caught in this thought, you miss the exit for the revolving door. Would you go around again, or would you take the exit back into the hotel?
I think she would go back into the hotel, but pause for a minute to kind of like collect herself and quickly look back to see if like the counter clerk was doing anything, seeing me like kind of just go through the door and then come back. If he was paying any attention, I guess. I think she would try to see if he noticed. Like,
and you
play
can
it
kind
cool.
of see him like chuckle to himself a little and like look a little. But he's not looking directly at you. He's kind of like looking down. But you can kind of imagine he probably saw that happen.
She'll like get really flush in her cheeks for some reason and just, I guess, try it one more time. Like, just like look really somber and like kind of embarrassed, and once again try to go out the same revolving door.
And as you go through the revolving door, you start pushing it, right, to get it to go. And at first it starts going at, a normal revolving door pace. And then it starts speeding up. And you have to get into a jog, kind of. And there is no exit here. That exit isn't to the hotel or to the outside. And you have to go faster and faster, break out into a run. And you just would you try to keep up with this?
I feel at this point Carmen would start to panic and feels like she has to. Like she couldn't stop. I don't feel like I would have that ability. I feel like I would have to force myself to keep up as much as I possibly could. Almost like a fight or flight, I think, would kick in for her. Especially if she's not seeing an exit and things are starting to get really creepy. Yeah, she.
Oh no. We lost Ray.
We lost her. And she's really not talking, so we lost her.
Yeah.
Then meanwhile, since we are near the hotel, would we see that, just to be curious, meanwhile?
No. You do not see this right now.
So we are splashing.
Instead of getting... Oh, yeah. What's your talent, Anik?
I specifically took the resilient feat, which means I can spend luck to shrug off points of sanity loss.
Okay, yeah.
We haven't used our talents.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it's just something I picked at character creation because it was on the list and then we just don't actually use them?
No, I think I kind of figured the talents, you guys, it'd be something you'd call out, kind of like you did.
Yeah. In that case.
Yeah, so yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Is it a max or is it
no, it just says spend luck points to shrug off may spend luck points to shrug off points of sanity loss on a 1-for-1 basis.
Okay, then yeah.
Since my other talent is about reading mythos tomes, I don't think that one's going to be very relevant, but I thought maybe this one I can use.
Yeah, for sure. You can use as much of that as you want.
Okay.
Just keep track of it.
And do we all know we didn't read the rules, but do you do that as you lose them, or is it like something we do at the end of the game when we're also rolling luck, or just when, because it feels very like you're doing admin. But it might also matter while you're playing, hence the question.
Yeah, no, I think it would be something where you would do it as you lose sanity.
Okay. In that case,
so it's kind of like,
I'm gonna shift a few points over.
Yeah.
From luck to sanity now.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's Oh, hi Raiders. You caught us in a very awkward time.
We're discussing rules.
We're discussing rules because we lost.
And one is just stretching.
Yeah,
on the plus side, at least they're not here for our discussion of the rules of the age of consent. So
true, they missed that part.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
What do we break?
So
on the stream.
Yeah, we lost to Carmen, internet issues, and so
I asked about rules, so we figure I might as well do that now.
Yeah, she was asking me about rules in private chat, and so I kind of just but
Perfect.
yeah, so
welcome Raiders as well.
Scrat,
Thank you,
just
great
let you-
channel.
Yeah, I was we were just talking
So
about
I
the-
literally was just grabbing a stretch because like I woke up feeling a bit sickly. I had a nap because I had 3 hours sleep, and then I had a nap, and naps make me feel sick.
I mean, yep. But Scrat, just to remind you, I don't know what talents you did take, but you are allowed to call those out whenever.
Oh yeah, talents are a thing.
That's what I just saw when I was looking at ways to regain sanity, because I have a talent that lets me regain sanity. Sorry.
I don't think I have that.
That's probably true.
That's too bad.
I also just... But I didn't know if we were playing modern or old or like Die Hard Cthulhu, and you also need sanity if you want to use spells. So when I picked an occultist, I picked a way to keep my power and sanity up, because spells usually cost sanity as well.
And that's another thing, if you ever want to use the spell, just honestly anything, just ask. I will more than likely say yes.
I wanted to do an occult check on the candle, but I didn't need to! The candle did an occult check on me! Scrat, I should say, overlay-wise, I moved 7 points from luck into sanity. And from now on, I will remember I have this option.
And while we are, since we do have a Scrat back, or a Scott back, it's so hard. It is so hard, Scrat.
There's too much alike.
Too much.
Yeah. But since while we wait for our Ray, we can go ahead and pan over to a man in plaid looking at a note in the woods. And what would Scott do after he's kind of spent some time with this note?
After he spent some time with this note, he would pick himself up, start sorting himself out. He would head back to his shack, where he would literally just open the door, I think, and throw his pack inside. And then he'd start walking into town to go and see if he can find the rest of the group.
And as you walk over, it's dark. And at first you thought it was because you were in there was so much canopy overhead that it was dark, and now you notice that it's unusually dark. Like no moonlight dark. But can you make me a tracking check?
Yeah, sure. I don't think he'd use a torch or anything like that either. He'd just be trekking it through the woods, Hard success.
And I think, as you were so panicked before, you kind of like became almost like paranoid. And so you remember the path very well that you took because you were paying very close attention. And you remember, like, you see all those marks you made at every turn. And you get back to your shack and get back to your and then after you dropped your stuff off, you said?
Yeah, he realizes he can't leave, so he would have packed most of his extreme survival gear, guns, and all that sort of stuff into his large pack, excepting like his hunting rifle and pistol. His pistol would be on his hip, and hunting rifle would be in the sports bag he carries around. And he'd just chuck that bag back inside the shack, sort of realizing that he can't leave. And but he's not gonna be like, he almost wants to leave it. Yeah, he's normally very particular about how he arranges things. The army sort of like made him that way. But he's gonna deliberately just dump the pack on the ground and see if next reset it's still there, or whether it all goes back to storage, because so far he's always left this space very clean, and he just wants to see if that's by intent or happy coincidence.
Okay. Yeah. And so you can do that, and then head back into town where it's still very dark. When you get into town, where would you go?
Do you know, my gut instinct was going to be the butcher shop, but actually after last week's blood reveal, shall we say, I think instead he might head over to the hotel. He's heard the other party members saying that they often that they all checked into the hotel or anything like that, so he'd probably head there.
Okay. And as you head to the hotel, you get there shortly after 2 other people have gotten there, who we would presume to be Crystal and Talia. And before you meet up with them, we will head back to Carmen. And I'm trying. Oh, and who said you? So you had gone through, and I'd asked you whether or not you would keep going with the, whether you'd still keep running, trying to keep pace with the revolving door. And you were in the middle of an explanation, but you hadn't quite finished when it.
Yeah, I was just saying that at this point, like a fight or flight instinct would kind of kick in, and I feel like she would have no other choice but to keep going with it, because if she stops, she'd probably get ran over, is her assumption.
As you are running, you run faster and faster. You start to get out of breath. This is probably the fastest you've ever run. And actually, can you make me I think it's a speed. Let's go up here. No, I need like a fast boy check. You know what? You can make me a dexterity check. I was gonna have you make a tracking check to play off of Scrat's track, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so if you could make me a dexterity.
For those in chat wondering, I mistook track, and rather than thinking it was for tracking, I thought it meant like track and field.
Okay, so you managed to keep up very well, and can you also make me a listen check?
I'd like to spend 3 luck points to make that a success.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.
And so you hear a woman's voice, and she says, "Why would you do this to me, Carmen? You know I loved him." Can you make me a psychology check? Okay. It's a woman's voice.
Okay.
And almost as fast as, or I guess this didn't get fast. So suddenly the revolving door stops and you smack into the door. Conveniently, it stopped to where you are now at the exit. To the 3 of you who have come up, you see Carmen walk through the revolving door, and for some reason she kept walking and kind of smacked into the door, very dramatically fell. Like, she was walking and it did not need to be that dramatic. Okay, sure. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And yep. And oh, thank you, Anik, for giving Loinel a luck. It's very much appreciated. And you are all there. As this stops, as you guys see Carmen, Crystal, and Talia, the rain suddenly stops. And you were all there. Carmen, can you make my sanity check?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think this needs to be a sanity check because she's not okay after he. Yeah, that's appropriate. That's extremely appropriate.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's thoroughly freaked out.
So close.
Someone close to me once said, "At least it's not a fumble."
True, because if it was, I don't think I'd be very okay right now.
I'm not.
What's 22 points of sanity between friends?
Right. Very appropriate reaction, though.
Yeah, and with that, I think Carmen would kind of get. I figured she's like laying down, like fell and like got thrown, so she's like almost like completely laying. So she would kind of get up to like almost like on her knees and sit there and just kind of like brace herself and
Scott
just look
would
at
rush
the ground.
over. Scott would rush over and make sure you're okay. You say he's in the lobby, right? He's only just turned up, so seeing Carmen stumble through the doors, he'd rush over, maybe not catch you, but try and help you up. Carmen, you okay? You just stumbled through the door.
No. No, I'm not okay. That was really weird. That was really weird. And she's still on the ground. Like she's not gonna move. She's not gonna get up. She's not even gonna look at Scott. But she's just gonna kind of just keep looking at the ground and just say, I couldn't get out, and when I did, the door went really fast, and I tried to keep up, and then I heard her voice, and then it like shot me out of the door. I don't.
You heard her voice? What did the voice say?
I can only inference it was Amelia, but it said, "Why would you do this to me? You know I loved him." And then right after it did that, it shot me out. And now I'm here. And now everybody's back together, which is really weird. Hello. But yeah.
It's not raining. What?
I was just gonna. I went upstairs back to get my rain jacket, and now it's not raining. I know this is the least of my worries right now, but this is really not making any sense.
Nothing makes sense in this place.
So, and she'll start to get up at this moment and kind of dust herself off and collect herself. And if Scott's still standing next to her, she'll just kind of like pat his arm as like,
yeah,
oh,
he'll be helping you up if you'll let him.
Oh yeah, so she'll like pat his arm as like a weak thank you and kind of just stand there and dust herself off. But so what happened? Where did you all go? Did it reset for everybody?
We went back to the lovely train with the stupid same train keeper guy telling us that, hey, we have an unplanned stop here and it will take some time to repair.
The actual message wasn't the same anymore, though.
It was slightly different, wasn't it?
And the time is different as well. Oh, and also, I got a little freaked out when I touched the candle. They were talking about things that don't make sense today. Don't touch fancy candles.
I threw it out. It's in the dumpster, so.
Duly noted. Don't touch candles.
I woke up in my shack. Everything was as I left it. It was just like waking up for a normal day. We had a shave, got ready. And then I found this on the desk. And I'll pull out the note and offer it to whoever takes it.
I'll take it. I need to be distracted from trains.
I will look over her shoulder and try to read it at the same time.
It says, I know it's not your fault, E. Thanks me for trying. Doesn't give me any pieces of the puzzle at all.
What's not your fault and what have you been trying?
Hell if I know. But I read it like a, I thought maybe it was like a release paper, like thanks for trying, better luck next time. You know, we appreciate your efforts, but you haven't got the job this time, sort of thing, and tried to leave town, and further I walked, the less I got. At least I didn't reset round to completely normal this time, though. I get the feeling that maybe if I'd persevered, I might have got somewhere.
We tried to stay on the train, but then I touched the candle. And I got a little freaked out, and I ran off the train, so we didn't actually try that this time.
The question is, will something change if we behave differently?
Didn't we try that last time when we tried to leave on our second loop?
Did we really try to leave? I know Scott tried to leave, but I'm not sure if we all tried to leave.
I've tried to leave several times now. I'm definitely stuck here. Only person I know is left is you, Crystal.
And the last time we tried to leave, it was Talia, Scott, and I, and we made a mark on a tree and found a little creek river thing, and then we all ended up getting lost in the woods. So I feel like that's
Yeah, and falling
not the
asleep.
most consistent either.
Actually, Crystal, I've been meaning to have a word with you if we could find a private moment. I'm sure Carmen and Talia can keep each other entertained for a moment.
Sure, and I would guess maybe we just take a walk out of town together via street and just see what happens, because I think there should be a street going in and out, because I left and
I
I'm quite
thought we were
sure the ambulance did not go cross country through the forest.
I thought we were going to go to the candle shop.
Do you really want to go there? Think about
Candle
it.
shop, I mean, to be fair, where did Loinel go? Has he not met up with anybody yet? Has nobody tried to
No.
find him?
Well, his shop is behind the candle shop, so you can always just go to the candle place, find out why he sells tentacle summoning candles, and then go to the butcher shop.
Well, I mean, if Scott wants a moment alone with Crystal, maybe y'all can just kind of walk farther behind us, and Talia and I can take the charge and try to go that direction.
Yeah, or they walk in front of us, so we're sure they don't
Disappear?
segue away. Not to say anything rude, but last time Scott tried to find a building, he got lost as well.
No worries.
Watch out for her. I will look at Carmen, and we'll just let's move towards the candle store then. So what? When we are far enough of at least talking quietly. So, what do you want to talk about?
You remember how before we had a conversation about Talia and her advances and that sort of thing?
Yes. Did she do anything?
Not as such.
What
But
happened?
Well, one thing we didn't talk about was her age.
She's
No.
17.
Ah, shit.
What did you do?
I haven't done anything, but I was under the impression she was 21. And
That happens often because she has probably 20 fake IDs telling she's 21. I have a few of them, but probably not every single one of them. But that's normal teenager behavior playing older. What happened?
yeah, I guess. Well, nothing really. You know, we went into a separate room and she checked out my tattoos for me,
I know that.
which did involve a degree of nudity, and you know, nothing happened. Just
To calm you down, because it's getting... I don't want to end this up more weird than it is. Talia's into girls. She's playing with you. Just relax. She enjoys a nice view, but that's why I was relaxed as well. I know how she plays, and it's fine. Don't worry. And don't get any ideas. Please.
see relief wave over Scott. Oh.
And Crystal is getting not relieved because she now knows that Talia will kill her.
Oh, Crystal, you don't know how. Oh. I thought that she was like. Oh.
She was messing with you and just having a good time.
I'm so happy I could kiss you right now, but that's beside the point.
I will.
Oh yeah, move on to another woman straight away.
I will get murdered by her for telling you that. I'm quite sure, but yeah, cards on the table, right?
I mean, oh, for a second, I mean, I thought that I was being some kind of manipulative son of a bitch, and it turns out I was being 100% manipulated.
Probably goes vice versa. I don't know. Just keep your hands off her, and don't be scared that she has some ideas with you.
Oh no, Crystal, you don't have to worry. I would never do nothing without any sort of consent or anything, especially what with you being her aunt around.
I would kill you with your own gun if you touch her. And she would just turn around and go back to Talia and Carmen. And I'm quite sure Talia knows her aunt by now, that her aunt said...
Yeah, she always ruins my fun.
She ruins her fun. And she would just step up next to the girls, just hook under Talia like, friend, and just lean in a bit. I know you already want to kill me, and you will want to kill me now even more. I told Scott how old you are.
Ugh.
And
Carmen will immediately retract back so that
and don't murder me, but he was really freaked out by you wanting me.
I know, that was hilarious.
I know, but he
You told him? I'm sorry, you are not supposed to out people. That is my thing to tell other people who I sleep with, and what I sleep with, and when I sleep with them. That is not your place.
I didn't make it publicly. It's just for him to relax because he was getting into really weird.
Oh, yeah. Tell the gun-toting Southern American that I'm gay. What could possibly go wrong?
You really think he cares about that? And since when do you care about that?
Since we've been in America and I got warned about not holding hands with girls on the street.
Well, I'm quite sure in this group that is the least worry of any of us at the moment, who is into whom. We just want to get out of this nightmare.
I will simply stew about being out of a plaything.
You can murder me later for that, but really it's...
No, I'm not murdering you for this.
Okay.
I need to be around to tell my dad what happened to Tim and see your reaction.
Great. Tell him when I'm not around.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
It's not fun, and it was never. But let's see. First, we need to get out of here before we can do anything like that.
Yep. Lionel doesn't know, right?
I just told Scott. I think the only one... Does anyone even know how old you are next to Scott, then?
Carmen?
Carmen does, right?
I'll look behind me at Carmen.
Well, it's not bad that she knows it's Arding, but I just told Scott. I didn't tell him he shouldn't tell it anyone else, though. Give me a second. She will just speed up to Scott again. And just lean in like...
I think Scott's still hardly moved, his jaw's just hanging on the floor.
I think it would be good if you wouldn't tell anyone about Talia's preferences. She's mad enough.
Right, okay, don't tell anyone she's gay, okay.
We learned it might be not a good thing around here, so just...
Hell.
It's her story to tell, so...
I'm used to a don't ask, don't tell, this was just a special case.
Then she will murder me when we leave town, so as long as we're here, I'm safe. Yay.
You're a good aunt, Crystal.
No, I'm not, but I'm trying.
I'll drop back to Carmen, who was suspiciously gone when Crystal showed up. Hello, Carmen.
Hey, is everything okay with your aunt? I figured I'd give y'all some privacy. It seems like everyone's kind of dealing with some stuff right now.
Well, apparently there's some questions about my exact age, and Scott was getting a little worried.
I mean, that's only fair considering, you are a little bit young and he doesn't really know, who you are or what you're about or your age. So, I mean, I can understand, especially if he's, interested, which I'm not sure if he is, but I mean, It's a fair question, I think. Right?
Yeah. No, but yeah.
I mean, does it matter if people know your age? Is that something that you're not comfortable sharing?
Well, it makes booking certain things very difficult and purchasing other things also very difficult.
Which I can definitely understand, but I think in these weird circumstances, it's not the most pressing information.
No, I suppose it's not the most pressing information, no.
I mean, to be fair, I feel the more pressing information is all the weird stuff going on. The fact that you're a little younger than you look is not something quite important, at least to me. I mean, it's not something that bars me from treating you any differently. But I guess I'm not Scott and not a guy, so maybe that's my own bias, but
Ooh, tell me about your biases towards Scott.
There's no bias. I'm just saying, I mean, guy seems like he's been through the ringer, seems like he's got a lot going on, and I mean, we all seem pretty stuck here, so if he's making his choices, then I guess if we're all stuck here forever, you gotta pick a choice you're comfortable with. I mean,
oh god, what if I'm 17 forever?
That's what I was thinking, to be really honest. With all of this going on, I was just wondering whether we'd be stuck here forever as we are, or if we're gonna age, or if anything ever is going to happen, so that we can
I cannot be 17 forever.
No, I don't. I wouldn't want that. No, being 17 was hell. That was not fun. So I apologize in advance if we can't get you out of here.
It was better than 16.
Hey, that's something to be proud of, I guess. Every year is a little bit better than the last.
Well, to be fair, depending on how long 17 lasts, there's a lot of room for downward grades.
Well, I mean, you have a point. However, I'm hoping that this experience will give you some better insight to you as a person. To be really honest, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to not go insane.
I was pretty happy with myself before this, and I'm still pretty happy with myself. So far I've learned nothing. Which, come to think of it, is exactly what my therapist used to say to me.
Well, I mean, it's better than hating yourself now. If you still like yourself, at least there's that. Consistency, I feel like, is comforting at this point.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Crystal okay?
Yeah, seeing Tim was a bit of a massive shock to her system. And then I freaked out a little on the train, which then freaked her out again. We had a little freak out party. As you do.
Yeah. The freak out party, I don't think has stopped since all of this has started, but at least we're all in some semblance of being okay.
Yeah. Well, I am wondering where Lionel is. Not that, at least it's a reprieve from him trying to feed us blood, which is still not something I'm over. It is strange he's not here, especially since his memory is off. I mean, he doesn't remember not being from here.
Yeah,
and he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember growing up with Mark somewhere else.
Well,
what if we reset and he doesn't remember us?
I was kind of thinking that too. To be really honest, the fact that the three of you found me, time went by this morning. If he woke up and still remembered everything, why wouldn't he have tried to come find the rest of us? Or do you think he went to the wrong place looking? Do you think maybe he went to try and find Scott's lodge or something crazy like that?
No, maybe he just doesn't remember us at all. Maybe he went back to Lionel the Butcher from completely normal.
But, I mean, he remembered the last couple times we looped.
True, but this loop seems different though, because we didn't start at 6 in the day
You're right, and I was going to say something.
It's
before,
not the
but
same loop.
my alarm went off this morning, but my clock wasn't working. It was like the power went out. It was like flashing 12, but as I watched it, the time didn't progress. But my alarm still went off.
Clock at the train station is stuck at 9:05.
Weird.
Welcome,
that-
Ori and the Raiders. Welcome, and thank you also, Ori, for that resub. You have an advantage to give to a player of your choice. Thank you, everyone. Welcome.
Or DM.
The DM has enough advantage. You literally control the world. Yeah, no, I don't know how long we've been walking, because it was like a 5-minute walk, so by now I'm assuming we're arriving towards the
you
center
guys
of
can
town.
arrive whenever. I mean, you're the ones walking.
Yeah, sauntering by now, probably.
Or
Are
like
we going
standing
to
outside.
the candle shop first? Or did we decide on trying to find Loinel first?
What I wanted to do was, because the candle shop is in front of the butcher's now when you come from the train station, and they're both behind the hotel if you're going east to west.
Yeah. Okay.
So I figured just take one right, see what happens, and then go see if we see Loinel somewhere. So, candle store?
Okay. Well, Tali, if you're trying to go to the candle store to figure out what happened with your candle experience, maybe if anybody else wants to come with me, I can head across the way and try to find Loinel and maybe see what's going on with that.
Do you think we should be splitting up again? We only just reconnected.
I mean, probably not, but it's only across the street. I mean,
Actually,
at least
next
look
to
in
each
see if
other.
he's there.
No, but we're next to each other, so we won't be able to see you if something happens.
Yeah, you know what? On second thought, let's just all stick together then. 'Cause that's probably the best idea right now. Wow, you're really smart for 17.
Thanks. It's occasionally a little obnoxious.
I can understand. So, I mean, when I was your age, I was an idiot and definitely leagues away from where you are. So I can only imagine what dealing with people your age now is like.
Oh, God. People my age were, Yeah, no, idiots covers it. To be fair, not all of them got it. Yeah. Different kinds of trouble.
And I think at this point, if we're walking in front of Crystal and Scott, I would assume we are at this point. I would just kind of turn around and make sure that they're there.
We're behind them because Crystal went back to talk to Scott.
Oh, okay, cool. Then
don't out my niece.
And they're still with us, right? I just want to get a visual.
We're a bit in front of you guys, so I guess
no disappearing craziness. All right.
I mean, Scott had
says something else.
Scott had stopped after Crystal shook his world. So if they're still walking, they might catch up quite quick. That's my 2 cents.
I figure you guys are somewhat in relation to each other. You guys are walking as a group, right? I think you guys are smart enough to not separate like that.
The very first time Scott potentially accidentally makes eye contact with Talia, she will give him the biggest, dirtiest grin and wink she possibly can.
Yeah, Scott would definitely look towards Talia, sort of like with the I know now look on his face. And when she gives him that big dirty wink, he'll definitely go bright red and blush.
Carmen notices all of this, but will not say a thing.
So, what are you guys doing? Are you gonna go into the candle shop? Are you gonna split?
Candles.
Candles. Okay. As you enter the candle shop, you see about to leave, walking out, is Loinel. Right? I had that right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't caring. No, he said he already went home to take a nap.
Did you already go home to take a nap? Did I mess this up in my head? I thought he was going to leave to take a nap. And
I don't know, because apparently it's Wednesday, so it's up to you, Sammy.
It says, I don't know if you meant to say that, but he went and took a nap. Past.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, I meant he was, yeah. He's going.
So still here. Okay.
Yeah, no nap was taken. I apologize if I misspoke, because that hasn't happened at all, ever.
A nap was planned.
Yeah, I figured he was going home to take a nap.
The big question is, do I remember them?
Yeah. So, as you see them, Loinel, can you please make me a psychology check with advantage?
Oh.
Okay. So, as you see them, everything just hits you. And, in the movies when, somebody sees something, they see that whole, montage of things just happen, that kind of happens to you, too. The past however many days, nobody even knows how many days have actually passed. You get that, and you recognize these people and everything. You remember everything.
Were those big fancy candles you described to someone who isn't me still out in the open? Or is it just regular candles?
There are, as far as you can see, there are only regular candles. And that's actually where we are going to end tonight's episode. With everybody meeting up.
Wow.
Shooketh.
Everyone is shook, but for totally different reasons.
We don't even know what day it really is anymore.
The last part was quite relaxing.
For you, maybe.
I had my panic attack at the carnival at the beginning.
Oh yeah, that was quite fine for Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, the carnival wasn't so bad. The train was much worse.
That was big.
A
That
bit.
train seemed big.
I mean, at least it wouldn't be a proper Cthulhu story if there were no tentacles at any point in time. So at least we covered them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told the players I would not put any tentacles in, but I kind of had to. I'm like,
Hey, the keeper lies. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I wrote with Anik. I love the candle. It was such a cute hint to Cthulhu. No, I hate it.
Yeah. I
Seems...
just wanted to do an occult check on it, but then the bitch got me. So by bitch I mean the candle, not Sam.
oh, thanks for clarifying.
I figured it was the candle. The candle got it.
It seems to me in this campaign that everyone lies, but there we go. So good. So good.
That was
Apart
your
from my age, I don't think I've lied a lot still. I was very careful to always talk about my ex or my partner at all points. Always.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. Yep.
And the thing is, I didn't even recognize really because I knew from the beginning. So
Yep.
it was just like, okay, sure, her girlfriend. I didn't even think of it.
It's still so funny that Carmen is completely oblivious to that extra note of information. She still thinks everything's just about the age.
Yeah.
And she's completely fine with that. She survived that conversation. She survived whatever that entire.
Yeah. For as far as you know, Scott knows Talia is 17, and they just had a dirty little wink, and he blushed, and he seemed fine with it. So apparently, Scott's cool with 17. As far as Carmen knows. I do think we
God.
lost Carmen.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, anyway, that is the end of the show. We will be back at 7 p.m. With Doors of Daenerys. Right now, we're going to head over to the completely normal Discord, where I will continue to be bamboozled, as Scott also was. And I have a whole week to figure out exactly how the feeling ratio spreads through Scott, which is going to be great.
You have like 3 weeks.
You
Scrat.
have 3 weeks.
We have 3 weeks, yes, because Sam is going to be away for 2 weeks. So I'm going to get a special DM in to come and DM us a couple of games, a little 2-shot of something. Should be fun.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all the things. Check out all of the stuff over there. We've got all our social links, places you can come and find us online, including the Discord link is in there. Check out our sponsors, Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press. And we'll see you in a few hours and next week at the same time for more Completely Normal. Until next time, everyone, keep on evoking emotions. See you later. Bye.